Welcome back to Explained with Alexandra. Week 2 of the NFL regular season is officially over, which means it's time to recap. This week, a lot of exciting and slightly bizarre incidents occurred, and your mansplainers are probably already talking about them. So this week, I'm going to inform you on the matters that were blowing up on social media. Also, I want to note that none of you are dumb, and I'm not a genius. I just want to help out my fellow victims of mansplaining, or help out the homies who have been tricked by know-it-alls. For example, it's super embarrassing when a person tricks you by asking if you think Cam Newton is the best running back in the league and you say, hell yeah. Well, you're wrong. You've been tricked. He's a quarterback. Also, I want to add that I'm learning with you guys. So feel free to message me about interesting facts in the NFL that I can add to my show, or ask me questions that you want to know, because no question is a dumb question. Unless you ask what the NFL stands for. National Football League. Alright, let's get this rolling. Khalil Mack, again. He had one of the 6 sacks against Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson and continued to put pressure on him the entire game. Let's take a look at the second quarter where Mack strips the ball from Wilson. Just one hell of a player. In his post-game interview, he said he just wanted to make the city of Chicago proud. Well, he's doing it, despite their loss in Week 1 to rival Green Bay Packers. Next up, Jaguars wide receiver Keelan Cole had the catch of the week against the Patriots. I mean, a total OBJ move. Let's take a look. So Cole's just a hard worker in my opinion. I know it's only week 2, but he's been showing up. He's determined. A little background about Cole: he was a backup DB in high school, walked on to Kentucky Wesleyan, switched to wide receiver. Do you know how hard it is to switch from defense to become an offensive player? I mean, damn. And then he became a D2 All-American, but he wasn't drafted. But now, he's a player to watch. Much respect. Another blowout. Rams 34, Cardinals 0. Rams defense was just unmatched, keeping Cardinals running back David Johnson out of reach. Their offense also picked up around the 3rd play of the game. The Rams often run plays from an 11-man set, finding gaps in the defense and getting their yards in, which is why they ended up putting numbers on the board. They are now the #1 team on the NFL power ranking for week 3. Now we have to discuss Tampa Bay Buccaneers QB Ryan Fitzpatrick, stunting on and off the field. Throwing 402 yards, completing 4 TDs. Let's look at his pass to Deshaun Jackson right at the start of the game. He brought the heat early. I mean, quick step back, look, and a perfect pass. Then you have him off the field in his flashy outfit. This was trending all over social media. Fitzmagic serving a serious look. Very similar to a Conor McGregor vibe. Quite the entertainer. Next up, near and dear to my heart, Pittsburgh Steelers running back James Conner flashes his custom cleats in honor of the late rapper Mac Miller. Pittsburgh is where Miller grew up, and he had quite the impact on many fans, including Conner. This was just a great way to show his respect. Thank you, James Conner. And rest in peace to one of my favorite rappers, Mac Miller. Alright, the stud, Patrick Mahomes. 10 touchdown passes in 2 games. 6 completed TDs alone in week 2 versus the Steelers. He now holds the new NFL record for most touchdowns in the first 2 weeks of regular season. He is definitely going to be a big factor this season, so keep an eye out for him, because he was also named Offensive Player of the Week. Another player I want to mention is Indianapolis Colts linebacker Darius Leonard. 18 tackles, 15 of those being solo. Absolute maniac. He definitely deserved NFL Defensive Player of the Week. Okay, Jets. The young Sam Darnold. Yes, the one who had his debut in week 1 and threw a pick 6 the first play of the game, but then went on to throw absolute bombs the rest of the game, making up for the crap first play. Yeah, well, this week, he became the youngest rookie QB to throw 300 passing yards. But then he threw 2 picks towards the end of the game against the Dolphins. So let's just remember that, yes, he has earned some respect, but he's still a rookie. making rookie mistakes. Ugh, no, the Browns. Devastating loss. I was really hoping that they were gonna have a better season than last, but I mean, I guess they did get a tie the first game of the season. But honestly, this loss just really sucked because they only lost by 3 points, which Browns kicker Zane Gonzalez is taking all the heat for. Twitter blew up with incredibly hateful and disgusting tweets towards Gonzalez. Here's some of them. I mean, poor guy, and allegedly he has a groin injury, and apparently the Browns are already holding tryouts for a new kicker. Just a sucky situation all around. And to those of you who told Gonzalez to kill himself, shame on you. This is the NFL, a level that is ridiculously hard, and I would love to see one of you get on an NFL field and kick a field goal against an NFL team. It would be very comical. Moving on. Fans, if you haven't already heard, there was another tie. Yes, Vikings-Packers ended in a tie. So remember last week the Browns ended in a tie? Well, yeah, now we have 2 games that ended in a tie. All thanks to the NFL instituting the overtime rule in 1974. So 2 winners or 2 losers? I'm not really sure. It's just really unsettling. What's also unsettling is the Patriots starters. Starting safety Patrick Chung and starting defensive end Trey Flowers both left Sunday's loss against the Jags with concussions, and they didn't practice on Wednesday. So really not sure how week 3 will go for the Patriots as they take on the Detroit Lions. But then again, the Lions are sucking. Their record is 0-2, and they lost to the Browns in preseason. Okay, we'll just have to see. So, heartbreak for fans due to injuries and heartbreak to other fans from a random retirement. The abrupt retirement from Buffalo Bills cornerback Vontae Davis shocked the NFL and fans. The 30-year-old got halfway through the game and was like, nope, I'm out. But then Davis explained in an interview that he did not intend to hurt his teammates, but rather had a shocking realization that he just didn't belong on the field any longer. Here's his official statement. Sad for the Bills, but Davis gets to keep the $5 million he was promised at the beginning of the season, so that's one hell of a finesse. That's all the highlights I have for you guys. Here are your final scores for week 2. Okay, please comment, question, critique, compliment, and please subscribe. Thank you for tuning in to Explained with Alexandra.